Return of the King. XRP has rallied to $2.70. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly why, where it's going, and when you should be taking profits. You see, the reason that Solana has fallen and XRP has now passed Solana in market capitalization once again, reclaiming its coveted number 3 position on CoinMarketCap, restoring the natural order of things where Bitcoin is first, Ethereum is second, and XRP is third, is because of Donald Trump's victory. Now, Jeb, you chalk everything up to Donald Trump's victory. I'm going to explain exactly why Donald Trump winning the election is the reason why XRP has rallied all the way back up to number 3 position. XRP has been suppressed for a multitude of years, and the main reason for that has been because of the SEC case against XRP. Gary Gensler has been running the SEC for the better part of the last 4 years, and in that time, he has been extremely anti-cryptocurrency, extremely specifically anti-XRP. XRP has been held back by the lack of regulatory clarity and regulatory assault and attack on the project. That has completely flipped on its head with the election of President Donald Trump. The reason for that is because we know that Gary Gensler is now going to be out. We now know that the person that is going to be coming into the SEC is pro-cryptocurrency, which means the biggest opponent of XRP, which was the SEC, is now likely going to be one of XRP's biggest advocates. This all comes at a time where the entire world is beginning to adopt decentralized finance as an augmentation of the traditional financial system. People think that traditional finance is going to die. That's a load of nonsense. What is going to happen is TradFi is going to change. It has to. For the first time in hundreds of years, we have an outside technology, an outside force, an outside discovery called cryptocurrency and decentralized finance shaking things up in the traditional financial space. TradFi has had virtually no competition for hundreds of years. Now it does. Swift is under attack because of what XRP and the parent company Ripple are doing to expedite and accelerate international banking transfers. XRP is at the forefront of revolutionizing the way that traditional finance operates. It's going to make traditional finance run faster, more efficiently, more smoothly, and more equitably, more fairly for hundreds of millions, if not billions of people the world over. So you combine the two. We currently have a shift from TradFi being TradFi to TradFi adopting DeFi so that the parts of TradFi that adopt DeFi are able to compete with legacy TradFi. And we have the Securities and Exchange Commission, the most powerful regulatory governing body in the world, shifting from being anti-XRP to now being, most likely anyway, pro-XRP. And you wonder to yourself why XRP is exploding. That's why. So what should you do right now? Here's exactly what you ought to do. The first thing that you should do is count your blessings if you're holding XRP. Our average cost basis for XRP is 58 cents. We are now up almost 600% on our XRP because we had the wisdom and the foresight to realize that this was coming and accumulate when it was worth a lot less than it is now. And so because of that, we're holding a bag of it. And what we are doing is we're beginning our process of liquidation. We're up over 350, almost 400%. So what we did is we pulled the principal. Now you're thinking, Jeb, what are you doing selling XRP? It's moonshotting. Well, hang on a second. Don't forget the first time that XRP moonshot. I remember it vividly. I had just started this channel 7 years ago, exactly. Almost exactly. I mean, like exactly 7 years ago. XRP was rallying up to $3. Hit almost $3.50. At that point in time, it's tempting to buy it. It's tempting to buy XRP when it's up at $3 and it was just at 30. But the issue is you don't buy a project when it's just 10x. XRP just 6 or 7x'd. This is not the time to be accumulating a bunch of XRP, hoping that you can sell it at 3. It's not a great time to be trading it. I hope you already acquired it. You could acquire it now, but it's risky. I'll say that. You could acquire it, but it's risky. We took our principal out. We've still got, almost 80% of the position because of the fact that it's grown so much. And what we're going to be doing is as it increases in value, we're going to be turning on our distribution. When you start investing, we have our dollar cost averaging, our disciplined and consistent acquisition. What we're going to be doing now is flipping the switch. It rallied so much that we pulled the principal. And so now we're going to start selling 1%, 2%, 3% a week based on price levels. As we determine those price levels, I will share them with you on the stream and on content here. But we're going to start to liquidate a percentage of our XRP every week. You're thinking to yourself, Jeb, what in the world? Why are you doing that? It's going to go to $10. It might. But we're already up 700%. If it goes to $10, great. I'll still have some. I won't have sold all of it. happy taking 7x. I'm not getting greedy. 7x sounds great to me. That's a great return. You're gonna wait 20 years to do that in the stock market. Go back 20 years, the stock market's still barely up 7x from 20 years ago. We just did that in a year and change, like 14 months on XRP, because we acquired this at the end of 2020, was it 2020, at the end of 2022? No, the end of 2023, right? So it's a little over a year ago. It's just barely in long-term capital gains for us. So that's what we're doing. What should you be doing? You right now need to consider our first point in this video, which is why it's rallying and that it may continue. It's not necessarily just going to rally and flash crash. It might. If so, that's why I pulled the principal, because that's what happened the first time. It rallied, crashed. 30 cents, $3, back down to $1, crash back down to 30 cents. That could happen. That's why we pull the principal. All right, so we guarantee profits. There's no shadow of a doubt that we're in profit with XRP now. We pull the principal. No matter what happens, we've got profit. Period. That's why we did that. So you've got to consider that first point, that it moonshot and then immediately came right back down. That could happen again because it's in the DNA of XRP. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen the same way that it did last time, because XRP actually is now existing in a much more favorable environment. Back then, $153 billion valuation for XRP, 180, almost $200 billion, was way out of context. That made no sense in crypto for it to be worth that much. Now it does. It makes sense for there to be a cryptocurrency worth $200 billion. So it moonshotting like that up to 313, 350 or so, and it coming back down, that's probably not going to happen exactly the same way this time. It makes sense that it would stay up there. So the second thing to consider is what we just did. Are you going to pull the principal, or are you just going to start exiting the position slowly? That's the question. And the next thing you need to consider, whoa, look at this. We're in vertical now because I'm driving. Whoa. That was trippy. I've got my phone in the steering wheel. Whoa, I'm over here now. I'll take this. So the question that you need to ask yourself is, how are you going to exit your XRP position? Right? That's the question on everybody's mind, is what are you going to do to exit your XRP position? Are you going to pull the principal and then pull percentages every week? Or are you going to just start doing percentages every week? Are you exiting right now? My challenge to you in this video, because there are 2 points in this video, one, to inform you what's going on and why, but two, also to challenge you and make sure you know what you're doing. What are you going to do to take profits right now? What are you going to do? I think XRP will probably go to at least all-time high, probably more like $4, maybe $5. Takes a lot for it to get there. Remember, it's already worth $153 billion. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm not saying XRP $10. It might go to 4. It might do it. Might go to 5. Those are my kind of XRP price predictions. You clicked on the video, there you go. So how are you going to exit? If you've got a bag, how are you going to exit? What our teaching is this. Every interval, I or we will divest X on Z. Every week, we're married, our finances are combined. So in our case, we, because God joined us together in marriage, we're one. It's not my money, it's my wife and I's money, right? It's not my money, it's our money. As we say in the South, it's not your money, it's y'all's money, right? It's now y'all, it's y'all's money. Got it? Okay, so every week, we, in my case, will divest 1% of our XRP when it's above $2.50 and below $3. We will divest 2% when it's between $3 and $3.25. We will divest every week. Every week, we will divest 3% of the portfolio. I think I said $2 earlier. I meant to say 2% of the portfolio. 3% of the portfolio every week when it's between $3.25 and $3.50. Set that schedule every interval, every Friday, whatever it is, run it with discipline and with consistency, and you will exit the position and you will be glad that you did, because you didn't get left holding the bag. You don't want to be the guy that held XRP at 30 cents. It goes to $3. And then guess what happens? You didn't sell it. And so for a little while you made money on paper, but you didn't get to keep it. Last point, make sure to leave aside at least 15% of the capital gains, not the total amount that you bring out, but the capital gains. So what it was worth, or what it is worth when you sell it, minus what you invested. Keep at least 15% of that for taxes. Hopefully you can finagle the taxes where you don't have to pay that much, but at least 15%, because that's long term, for taxes. And make sure to pay, Uncle Sam. And then the last thing that you need to know is you need to find out 3 things to do with the money. You need to reinvest some of the money. What's your plan for that? You need to be enjoying some of the money. What's your plan for that? Hi. Are you going to go to Bali? Bali. Are you going to go to Maui? Are you going to go to Cancun? Are you going to take your wife on a cruise? Are you going to buy that 69, Mustang? Are you going to buy a new video game? I don't know. What are you going to buy? How are you going to reinvest it? What are you going to do to enjoy the money? And most importantly, because this is the thing that'll bring you more joy than the other two, because this is why God gave you money in the first place, was to do this. You guys are probably like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen Jeb without his glasses in a long time. Let's fix that. There we go. Most importantly, what are you going to do to be generous with money? Who do you know that needs help? What single mom do you know that she needs a new transmission in her car? Heck, she needs a new car. Some of you guys are going to be pulling 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 500, $1 million in profits. You couldn't enjoy all that if you tried. You could, but let me tell you something. It'll feel shallow. It'll feel empty. So make sure you're enjoying, make sure you're being generous with at least some of that money, because it matters. There are people out there hurting. God didn't give you your money. By the way, don't forget the zeroth law of money. It's not your money. It's God's money. God didn't put you in charge of that money to manage that money just so that you could be a hedonist and you could have a Lambo. That's not why he gave you money. He gave you money so that you would have a resource to help people, which is what God does, so that you could act like him and bless others. So by all means, reinvest it. You should. By all means, enjoy it. And you should. Nothing wrong with that. Drink the wine, eat the fat. Ask Solomon. It's okay, right? But number 3, be generous. Because not your money, it's God's money, and God's generous. So you better be too. Peace.